Hi, welcome back. C++ online class. Today we are going to see class and objects. First, what is class? The most important feature of C++ is the class. What is the most important feature of C++ is the class. A class is a way to bind data and its associated functions together. That is the meaning of actual class. What is a class? Is a way to bind the data and its associated functions together. That is the meaning. What is a class? It contains data and function. That is a data member, data and its associated functions. One simple for you call it as a class. In another word, a class represents real world entities. What is a class? Represents a real world entities that have both data type properties. What are the both data type properties? Is data member and its functions. The data member, it can be accessed within the function. That is known as the behavior of a class. Okay, go to next. Next, a class specification has two parts. What is a class? Has to be specified two types, that is two parts. One is class declaration, another one is class function definition. There are two types of class specification. The first one, class declaration, describes the type and scope of its members. What is the class declaration? Describes the type and scope of its members. The second one, the class function definition, describes how the class functions are implemented. There are two parts for specifying a class in C++. The first one, very simple, for declare the type of, that is a type and scope of its members. The second one, class function definitions, describe before you are creating the type and scope members, how can be implemented. That is the second part for class function definitions. First one is you should just declare a class, then second one, that the declaration class should be implemented. That is the meaning of the two parts. Go to next. This is one simple syntax of class definition. Class is a keyword, then name of the class. You should give any name of the class. Okay, for example, class name, class sample. So class is a keyword, name of the class is user defined name. That is, you give the sample or whatever the related to your program, just you type the name of the class. Then there are two sections, there are three sections in fact. One is private and another one is protected, another one is public. Okay, generally in the class declaration, uh, for using private and public only. From the private section, the data member or declaration and the function declarations, that is to be call it as method. Then protected, also variable declaration and function declaration is there. Then likewise similarly for public, also variable declaration and function declaration is there. So these are all the three access specifiers, the private, protected and public. These are all the three keyword which is known as access specifiers in C++. Okay, so this is for simple syntax of declaring a or creating a class in C++. Go to next. From the body of the class, there are two keywords, namely private and public. So private and public, already I told you, called access specifiers. The private data and the functions can only accessed from within the class itself. What is the private data and functions? Whatever you declare private section, it is accessed only within the class itself. Whatever you declare and specify the functions are in the public section, it is accessible outside the class also. Okay, that is the difference between private and public access specifiers. So private should be accessed only within the class, public should be accessed with outside the class. Okay, go to next. Next, member function definitions. Member function definitions. A member function can be defined in two places. It is uh, in C++, the member function should be defined in two places. Okay, one is inside class definition, another one is outside class definition. That is for using a scope resolution operator. One of the important operator in C++ is a scope resolution operator, that is double colon. The double colon is known as scope resolution operator. It is a operator. Okay, so first, what is inside class definition, and the another one is outside class definition. One by one you see in next video, next slide. Okay, first, inside class definition. Here in inside class definition, the function declaration is to be defined in inside the class. That is, it is treated as a inline function, or it is also called it is treated as a inline function when a function is defined inside a class. So very simple, when a function is defined inside a class, that is known as inside class definition, or it is also called inline functions. Okay, so from the benefit of inline function is the program execution is very faster, and memory penalty is there. Okay, so these are all the some advantages we have to define inside a class definitions. Okay, so this is for one simple example for defining inside a class. First, you can create class and then name is the item. There are two sections. One is private section for defining data members, that is int number and float cost. There are two variables. Then public section, we have to define member functions. One is void get data, another one is void put data. These are all the member function declaration. That first one is private data declarations. Okay, after that, the function should be implemented within the class, that is void put data for cout number, cout cost. The value should be returned within the class, that is known as function inside. That is known as function is defined inside a class. Okay, the next one, outside the class, using scope resolution operator. What is scope resolution operator? The scope resolution operator is tells the compiler that the function name belongs to class or class name. That is the benefit of scope resolution operator. That is, the scope resolution operator helps to tells the compiler that the function name belongs to class name. Okay, the function name is belongs to function name. Here you see that the syntax of name of the class with the scope resolution followed by function name. So that is the full form of defining outside the class. Okay, outside the class definition using scope resolution. Next, the syntax of member function declaration for outside class. First, you give the return type, then followed by name of the class, then resolution scope resolution operator followed by function name. Or you can give the argument list also, then body of the function. So this is the structure of outside class declaration. Go to next. This is one small example for uh, implementing outside a class. Before that, in inside a class, just you create a class and member function and the function will be implemented within a class. Here the function should be implemented outside a class. For defining return type void item is a class name, then there is scope resolution operator followed by member function and its arguments. After that you can define body of the function. Okay, this is known as outside a function, so define a class. Okay, so these are the difference for inside and outside. Inside means it is implemented within a class, outside means the function should be implemented outside a class declaration. Okay, so this is called class, the member function definition. Okay, so these are all the uh, usage for the C++. First, what is class and the definition of a class. The class should be implemented two parts. One is class definition and the member function definitions. Then the member function definition, it's also implemented two places. One is inside class, another one is outside a class. So this is for class uh, specification of a C++. Okay, next class we shall go to explain objects. Okay, thank you.